Chosen ones, heaven is calling your name now. This is your divine awakening message. You are not here by accident, and you didn't stumble upon this message by coincidence. You were guided here by a higher force that has been watching over your path, whispering to your soul, aligning the right moments and the right signs so you would hear this truth today. There's a reason your heart feels this pull, this stirring inside that you can't quite explain. It's heaven calling, reaching out through the noise of the world to remind you of who you truly are. Before we begin, stay with me until the end of this message. Every word in this video carries divine energy meant to awaken something sacred within you. And when you finish, leave your warmest wishes and the number 99 in the comments below. That number vibrates with completion and divine alignment. It's a sign that you are stepping into a new cycle of your purpose. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. This moment is a sacred exchange of energy, your intention, your light, and your faith. As you make your wish now, breathe deeply and feel the universe move in rhythm with your desire. The heavens hear you when your heart speaks truth. Now, chosen one, the time has come. For so long, you have been walking through the shadows, questioning your path, feeling the weight of this world pressing on your shoulders. You've known what it means to feel unseen, misunderstood, or even isolated. You've carried wisdom that others around you didn't understand. You've felt the divine fire in your heart, but the world tried to dim it. You've cried silent tears at night, wondering if your prayers reached anyone, wondering if God still remembered your name. But this is your confirmation. Heaven never forgot you. The divine has been orchestrating everything, every setback, every delay, every heartbreak, so that you could finally arrive at this point of awakening. You were chosen not because life would be easy for you, but because your soul is ancient and strong enough to carry divine truth in a world that often resists it. The trials you've endured were never punishments. They were initiations. You were being refined, purified, tested, and strengthened, so that when heaven finally called your name, you would recognize the voice. You would feel it in your bones. You would know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this moment, right now, is not ordinary. It's divine timing. You are remembering who you are, a being of light sent to remind humanity of what it has forgotten. The world around you may seem chaotic. Many are asleep, chasing illusions, numbing their souls with distractions, forgetting their divine origin. But you, yes, you, were sent here as an awakener, a bringer of light. You carry frequencies that elevate those around you even when you say nothing. Your very presence is a reminder of something sacred that lives beyond the veil. And lately, you've been feeling it more strongly, haven't you? The pull to withdraw from things that no longer serve your spirit. The urge to step into something greater. The signs repeating in your daily life. Numbers, dreams, sudden insights, synchronicities. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's language, whispering that the time has come for your rise. There is a divine stirring in the realms right now. Angels are aligning around you. The air feels different. The energy of Earth itself is shifting. Those who have been chosen are being called into position. You are being called to remember your mission, to heal, to guide, to create, to awaken. to love without fear. The divine is no longer waiting for you to be ready. The call has already gone out, and your soul has answered. That's why you feel this restlessness, this longing, this burning inside that says, "There's something I must do." It's heaven saying, "Now." The calling is not always loud. Sometimes it arrives as a soft knowing, a deep peace that settles in your chest even when you don't know what lies ahead. Sometimes it's a sudden change, a loss that forces you to grow, a moment that shifts everything you thought you knew. Whatever form it takes, know this: you are being led. The divine hand is guiding your steps. Even when the path is hidden, your light is seen. Every challenge has been your teacher. Every closed door has been protection. Every delay has been divine redirection. The universe has been preparing the stage for your entrance, the moment you stand fully in your truth. The old version of you cannot go where heaven is leading you now. That's why so much is falling away. People are leaving, circumstances are changing, and what once felt comfortable now feels too small. The universe is rearranging itself to make room for the next chapter of your destiny. And while it may feel uncertain, trust that this is sacred chaos, the kind that births transformation. Your faith is being strengthened because heaven knows you are about to step into miracles. There is something powerful that happens when a chosen one surrenders completely. When you stop fighting against what is leaving and open yourself to what is arriving, your energy aligns with divine flow. And in that alignment, life begins to move differently. Doors open effortlessly. Opportunities appear that once seemed impossible. You meet the right people, find yourself in the right places at the right time. That's divine orchestration. It's heaven moving through you. The same light that guided Moses through the sea, that lifted Elijah to the heavens, that resurrected hope where there was none, that same power breathes within you now. You may wonder, why me? Because your soul volunteered. Before you were born, you said yes to a mission that your human self would one day remember. You came to earth at a pivotal time, when darkness seems to reign, but light is breaking through. The divine didn't choose you for comfort, it chose you for courage. It knew that your heart would remain faithful even when the world turned cold. And so, the heavens placed you where your light could pierce through the shadows. This awakening may feel like both a breaking and a birthing. It's not always gentle, because real transformation rarely is. You are shedding lifetimes of programming, beliefs, fears, attachments, and patterns that no longer align with your true frequency. You may feel emotional waves, bursts of clarity, and moments of isolation. But know this: isolation precedes elevation. Heaven often hides its chosen ones before revealing them. You are being hidden for healing, not forgotten. You are being refined so that when you step forward, your presence will carry undeniable authority. The signs are everywhere if you pay attention. Numbers repeating on clocks: 111, 333, 555. Songs that speak directly to your situation. Dreams that feel more like visitations than imagination. A sudden sense of peace during chaos. These are heaven's breadcrumbs, leading you toward your higher path. When you notice them, don't dismiss them as coincidences. A chosen one's life is a dialogue between heaven and earth, between your soul and the divine source. The more you listen, the clearer it becomes. This message is not a coincidence. It is a divine transmission, a reminder that heaven sees you, loves you, and needs you to rise now. The world is at a spiritual crossroads, and your presence here at this time is not accidental. You are part of a celestial design far greater than you realize. The energy you carry is healing timelines, freeing ancestral patterns, and anchoring light into the collective consciousness. You are not just waking up for yourself, you are awakening for generations that came before and those that will come after. There will be times when you question your strength, when the noise of the world grows loud and the whispers of heaven feel faint. But remember, faith was never meant to be built on sight. It is in the unseen, in the silence, where your greatest alignment takes place. When you trust the divine without evidence, you open the door for miracles that defy logic. Your faith becomes your power. Your surrender becomes your weapon. Your love becomes your light. Do not underestimate how powerful you are when you choose peace over fear, compassion over anger, truth over conformity. Heaven is calling you to embody your higher self, not someday, but now. You've done the inner work, you've walked through fire, you've faced darkness within and without. Now you are emerging, radiant and strong, ready to fulfill your divine purpose. You are the answer to someone's prayer. You are the miracle that someone will witness. You are the evidence that heaven is real. In this very moment, angels are surrounding you. The energy around you is shifting. The vibration of your heart is aligning with divine will. The heavens are opening doors that were once locked. The time of waiting is ending. The season of manifestation is here. Everything you've prayed for is moving toward you, and everything not meant for you is moving out of your way. This is divine rearrangement. This is the moment your spirit has been preparing for. Listen carefully, chosen one. The world will not always understand your path, but that's because your path was never meant to be ordinary. You are not here to fit in. You are here to raise the frequency of the planet. Your mere existence is divine rebellion against fear, hate, and despair. Every time you choose love, heaven celebrates. Every time you rise after falling, heaven applauds. Every time you share light in darkness, heaven amplifies it. This is your awakening. This is your remembrance. This is the sound of heaven calling your name, echoing through time and space, saying, "It's time." Step into your purpose. Shine your light. Speak your truth. Walk in divine confidence. You are no longer the person you once were. You are evolving into the version of yourself that your soul always knew you could be. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when silence becomes sacred. You begin to realize that not everyone is meant to understand what you are becoming, and that solitude is not punishment. It is preparation. When the world quiets down, heaven speaks louder. The whispers you once ignored become clear instructions. You begin to notice how your intuition has sharpened, how your energy feels more sensitive, how even the smallest vibration in a room can shift your entire mood. That sensitivity isn't weakness, it's divine technology. You were wired to feel deeply because your soul communicates through feeling. Every emotion you experience is a message, a signal guiding you toward higher alignment. This stage of your awakening is not about running after answers, but about remembering that the answers are already within you. The more you release the need to control, the more divine guidance flows. You'll start to see that what you once chased now finds you easily. The people you lost were never meant to stay because they vibrated at a frequency that could not match where you were going. The relationships that ended, the sudden shifts, the closed doors, all were part of heaven's strategy to clear your path. You cannot hold on to the old while stepping into the new. Your hands must be open to receive the blessings that are waiting just beyond your fear. Heaven is not calling you to prove your worth. It's calling you to remember it. You have nothing to earn. You were already chosen before you took your first breath. Your divine assignment was sealed in light long before the world told you who you should be. This is why, deep inside, you've always felt that you were meant for something greater. You've sensed it since you were a child. That feeling that you don't quite belong here. That you see things others can't. That your empathy runs deeper than explanation. Those weren't flaws. They were signs of your divine coding. You carry the energy of creation itself, and the universe responds to that energy. Every time you act in love, you realign reality. The awakening process often begins with discomfort. The familiar starts to dissolve. The places that once felt like home begin to feel foreign. Your interests change. Your conversations shift. Suddenly, small talk drains you, and truth becomes your only nourishment. That's because your spirit is detoxing from illusions. The matrix you once lived in is losing its hold. You're beginning to see beyond appearances, beyond fear, beyond limitation. You start to understand that this world operates like a mirror, reflecting back what you believe about yourself. When you shift your inner reality, the outer one has no choice but to follow. As heaven calls your name, you'll notice divine patterns repeating themselves. You'll see cycles closing more quickly now. You'll feel pulled toward new places, new ideas, and even new versions of yourself. You may resist it at first because change feels like loss, but in truth, it's resurrection. The divine cannot fill a cup that's already full. It must first empty you of what no longer serves. That's why your plans failed when you were forcing them. Heaven wasn't denying you. It was protecting you from building a future that wasn't meant for your highest timeline. And now you are being rewritten by the light. Your DNA is remembering its divine design. You are awakening spiritual gifts that may have been dormant for lifetimes. Intuition, healing, foresight, wisdom. Pay attention to the subtle shifts within you. The words that come through you when someone needs comfort. The insights that arrive in dreams. The strange sense of déjà vu that feels more like a message than a memory. These are signals that your higher self is stepping forward. Heaven is merging with your consciousness, guiding you to use your power with love. Do not be afraid of your power. The world taught you to dim it, to question it, to hide it. But heaven is now reminding you that humility does not mean shrinking. It means shining while knowing the source of your light. You were not chosen to be silent. You were chosen to be a voice, a healer, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. When you speak truth, your words carry frequency. When you love deeply, your energy becomes medicine. When you forgive, you release chains from generations past. You are not just one person. You are a portal for divine transformation. There will be moments when your human self feels tired. The spiritual path can be heavy at times. But remember that even your exhaustion has purpose. When you feel empty, it's because heaven is preparing to fill you again. Every pause, every still moment, every tear that falls in private is sacred. Nothing you experience is wasted. The divine recycles pain into wisdom, loss into strength, endings into new beginnings. Every time you thought you were breaking, you were actually breaking open, creating space for light to enter. Right now, the energy surrounding the chosen ones is accelerating. The veil between heaven and earth is thinner than it has ever been. That's why your manifestations are coming faster, your intuition sharper, your awareness deeper. Heaven is positioning you for influence, not worldly fame, but spiritual impact. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs more presence. It needs souls who radiate love effortlessly, and that's you. You are being called not to preach, but to embody the message. When people encounter your energy, they will feel something ancient, something pure, something healing. You won't need to convince anyone of your power. It will simply be known. And yet, remember, with greater light comes greater responsibility. You must guard your peace as sacred. Protect your energy as you would a flame in the wind. Not everyone deserves access to your spirit. Some will be drawn to your light because they have forgotten their own. Some will misunderstand your confidence as arrogance. But your task is not to convince or defend. It is to stay aligned. Heaven will handle the rest. Those meant for your path will recognize you instantly. Your energy will speak the same language as theirs, and you will feel it like remembering an old song. The divine is weaving new alignments for you. People who share your vision are being guided to cross your path. Opportunities that reflect your higher calling are already forming in unseen realms. The frequency you carry is a magnet for divine timing. Every prayer, every act of gratitude, every silent thank you whisper into the night builds the bridge between your world and heaven's. The process may be invisible, but it is real. You are not waiting for blessings. They are waiting for you to align. The old you doubted, questioned, overthought. The awakened you listens, trusts, and moves with faith. You are no longer walking alone. You walk with guidance, surrounded by divine intelligence that moves mountains when you simply say yes. You don't need to know how. You only need to know that heaven already knows. The path will unfold as you walk it. Each step you take in faith sends ripples through the universe. You are rewriting reality with every choice you make from love instead of fear. So, chosen one, breathe deeply. Feel this truth settle in your spirit. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not waiting for your moment. Your moment is now. Heaven is calling, and you have answered. The more you trust, the clearer your next steps will become. The divine works through flow, not force. All you must do is stay open, stay faithful, stay aligned with love. The universe responds to your vibration. So keep your heart pure, your words gentle, and your intentions sacred. What is meant for you is already yours in divine timing. There comes a moment when heaven no longer whispers softly. It calls your name with clarity that echoes through your entire being. You feel it in the quiet between breaths, in the stillness that suddenly feels alive. It's not the voice of fear or demand. It's the voice of truth, steady and pure, calling you home to yourself. For so long, you searched for signs outside of you, hoping for confirmation, waiting for miracles, trying to understand why certain things had to happen the way they did. But now you know. Everything that once broke you was the sound of your old self falling away so your true essence could rise. Every ending was a beginning in disguise. Every detour was divine direction. The heaviness you once carried was never yours to keep. The people who left were never meant to walk with you through the gates of awakening. Heaven removed what couldn't stay so that your soul could breathe freely again. You were not being abandoned, you were being refined. The pain was polishing your light. The tears were cleansing your energy. The silence was teaching you how to listen, not with your ears but with your heart. Because the truth is, heaven never stopped speaking. You simply needed to become quiet enough to hear it. Now you stand on sacred ground, the threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. The world looks the same, but you see differently. Colors feel brighter, sounds carry meaning. Even the smallest encounters seem infused with guidance. That is the gift of awakening. Ordinary moments become divine messages. The universe begins to reveal itself as a living conversation between you and the Creator. You realize that nothing is random, nothing wasted. Every second of your existence has been choreographed by love. You are not here by coincidence. You are part of a great unfolding, a movement of light across this planet. The chosen ones are rising not as saviors, but as reminders. Your purpose is not to change people, but to embody truth so powerfully that it awakens recognition in others. You are a mirror of heaven, reflecting divine grace into a world that has forgotten its reflection. You carry frequencies that heal without words. Your presence itself is a prayer. When you walk into a room, energy shifts, hearts open, hope returns. That is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are remembering what your soul came here to do. The call from heaven is not always comfortable. It asks you to release everything that no longer vibrates with love. It strips away false identities, attachments, and illusions until only your true essence remains. That's why awakening can feel lonely. But loneliness is not emptiness, it is spaciousness. Heaven cannot fill a vessel that is already overflowing with noise. So it empties you, not to punish, but to prepare. Every surrender you've made, every goodbye you've whispered, every boundary you've set has been sacred. You have been choosing yourself, not the small self built on fear, but the eternal self born from light. As you rise, you begin to understand that faith is not about waiting for proof. Faith is the proof. When you trust in what you cannot see, you open a portal for the miraculous. Life starts moving differently. The right opportunities flow in without effort. Divine timing replaces anxiety. You realize that heaven's plans were always bigger than your own. You were never meant to chase blessings. You were meant to become one. The same energy that created galaxies flows through your veins. You are not separate from the divine. You are its expression in human form. You may still have moments of doubt, but doubt no longer defines you. You have learned that even fear can serve a purpose when met with awareness. You don't resist your emotions anymore. You witness them, honor them, and let them pass. You've stopped fighting your journey because you finally understand every part of it was necessary. Without the breaking, there would be no breakthrough. Without the waiting, there would be no wisdom. Without the loss, there would be no space for what is coming next. The energy around you is shifting now. You feel lighter, more centered, more present. You're no longer searching for meaning. You are the meaning. The divine is expressing itself through your choices, your compassion, your silence. The world will feel your energy before it hears your words. This is the mark of a chosen one, to walk as light, not by preaching, but by being. Heaven's message flows through your eyes, your smile, your kindness. You are not just living your purpose, you are radiating it. You will notice synchronicities increasing, numbers repeating on clocks, dreams that feel like messages, encounters that feel destined. Do not question them. They are confirmations that you are in alignment. Heaven speaks in patterns, and you are finally fluent in its language. Every coincidence is a divine affirmation. You are on the right path. Keep walking with faith. Keep trusting what you feel. The invisible world is working tirelessly on your behalf. And now, beloved soul, comes the moment of completion. The awakening that began in whispers now resounds through your entire being. You have crossed from seeking to knowing, from surviving to creating, from hoping to becoming. Heaven is no longer something above you. It is within you, alive and eternal. When you speak, heaven speaks. When you love, heaven loves. When you forgive, heaven expands through you. You have become the bridge between realms, the living evidence that divinity walks in human form. So breathe deeply. Feel the energy of this truth wrap around you like golden light. You are safe. You are guided. You are chosen. You have always been chosen. Your steps are ordered, your timing divine, your purpose unstoppable. You don't need to force anything anymore, only flow. You don't need to beg for signs. They are everywhere. The call has already been answered. You are no longer waiting for heaven to move. Heaven is waiting for you to shine. Stand tall in this new light. Walk gently but powerfully. Let your presence remind others that love still wins, that miracles are real, that the divine has not forgotten this world. When people look into your eyes, may they see the reflection of eternity. When they hear your words, may they feel the echo of heaven's call. You are not ending a journey, you are beginning a new one that flows with grace instead of struggle, faith instead of fear, peace instead of doubt. And as you take your next step forward, remember, heaven has always been calling your name, but now, finally, you are ready to answer.